Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Now at 8:30, a fire engulfs a Lexington house. Now investigators are looking into what could have caused the fire.
And we are seeing some snow flurries early this morning, and we're expecting some snow showers later tonight. Your first alert forecast is straight ahead.
And Senator Mitch McConnell returns to the Bluegrass after being elected Senate Majority Leader. What this means for the new Congress in January. These stories and more, plus breaking news as it happens, coming up on WKYT this morning. We'll hope you're having a good Sunday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Moody.
And I'm Whitney Wetzel. It sure is another chilly morning out there. Not as bad as yesterday, but we are expecting to see some more snow.
Yeah, we got a little taste of it in the overnight hours. Mike Linden is over in the First Alert Weather Center with what we can expect coming up.
Well, Sean and Whitney, we're getting a bit of a break from those flurries this morning, as the radar really isn't showing us very much other than just some very light rain showers right now passing through Corbin and Whitley County and moving toward the east, moving into Pike County and Perry County. So over the past several hours, this is what we've seen, just a band of showers pushing eastward. But at the last bit of that radar loop there, you can see that activity moving up from the south of us, and that's what we can expect to impact us here in the next 24 hours. But like Sean and Whitney mentioned, it is much warmer outside this morning than where we were yesterday, above freezing, so there's a positive there. But in another 24 hours, we'll fall right below that freezing mark again, and it looks like we'll see some winter weather. I'll show you the storm I'm tracking and what it's soon to bring us coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Mike, thank you. Well, new this morning, firefighters spent part of this cold Sunday morning responding to a house fire in a Lexington neighborhood.
Fire crews and police were called out to an unoccupied home on Preston Drive. Now Lexington police say there's an arson investigation. WKYT's Mark Barber is on Preston Drive with the latest. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Sean and Whitney. At this point, the arson investigator says he does not believe this fire started on accident. He says they're looking at two main points of interest in the home here. The first one is up on the second floor, which is in an apartment, and the second main point of interest is here on the ground floor, which was a garage. Now I'm going to step to the side here so you can get a better look at the house here that was gutted by this fire. Now, firefighters tell that this fire started around 2:45 this morning at this home that is here on Preston Drive, which is right off of Henry Clay Boulevard. Now, by the time crews got here, we're told flames were ripping through the house and shooting through the roof. Firefighters say it took about 45 minutes to get this fire under control. And I'm told that this property belongs to a man who bought it at the sheriff's office foreclosure sale. Now, the good news this morning is that the house was vacant and no one was hurt. And I'm told that from the firefighters who were here when this fire first broke out, that is truly amazing, because this fire was so hot that it actually melted the siding off of a neighboring house and also broke all the windows on that side of the home that was facing this house here. Now, again, I want to reiterate that the arson investigator is saying that he does not believe that this fire started on accident. We will continue to follow this investigation and bring you the latest on our website, WKYT.com. Live here in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. This morning, a teenager is still recovering after being hit by a car. On Friday, 14-year-old Mason Wade was trying to walk across Sarin Drive with his friends. Wade is the fourth person to be hit by a car in Lexington just this week. Crews rushed the 8th grader to UK Hospital. Wade's mother tells us he has facial and pelvic fractures as well as a brain hemorrhage. She says at first she didn't know if her boy would make it, but now she tells us he is pulling through.
We thought we lost our son last night, and today we have him back. We're just so happy that he's doing well and he's going to be okay.
Wade says it may be another week before they know the extent of her son's injuries and how long it may take for him to recover. Dozens braved the cold yesterday to walk in memory of a father and son killed in Scott County. Trevor Spencer and his 3-year-old boy Skylar died in a car wreck on Highway 227 last month. Their whole family was in the car when they collided head-on with another car. Spencer's widow says she was overwhelmed at the amount of support she got from her community.
Trevor and Skylar were loved and cared for by a lot of people. They touched a lot of people's hearts and lives while they were here in the short time they were here.
Proceeds from the Memorial Bake Sale and Walk are helping Spencer pay off funeral costs and support for her children.
Open enrollment for health care through Connect started yesterday, and the numbers are in. State officials say more than 6,000 unique viewers visited the upgraded Connect website We'll have that video for you. Here we go. Connect offices also took more than 2,400 calls to their contact center. State officials rolled out a host of new features to kick off the 2015 rollout. More than 1,000 people downloaded the Connect app, and the Fayette Mall's Connect store got around 70 customers. Enrollment continues through February. More than 500,000 Kentuckians have been enrolled through Connect since its debut in October 2013. Newly elected Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell returned to Kentucky this weekend to celebrate with some of the state's top Republicans. Yesterday, McConnell met with the state party's executive committee in Frankfort. He thanked them for their efforts getting him re-elected. Since the election, McConnell says President Obama still hasn't found the common ground between the parties.
I'm still looking for areas of cooperation. I'm going to be more inclined to judge what he does rather than what he says. And I don't want to miss this opportunity for the country. Divided government has been some of the best government we've had in the last half century.
Now, McConnell also mentioned the president's Bourbon Summit comment on Saturday. He says that will happen soon. Well, it was a little chilly last night, not quite as bad as it has been, but we got some snowfall here in the Bluegrass.
Yeah, take a look at some of these pictures here. This one is from one of our viewers in Lexington, and by the looks of it, a lot of people are probably going to have to break out those ice scrapers today. This one here actually came from WKYT's Jennifer Palumbo. Thankfully, all the roadways are fine as of this morning. And here is one from out in Winchester, where lucky for them, not a lot of that snow actually stuck to the ground. And hey, make sure to help us track the snowfall across Kentucky this winter. Send us your photos and videos using the hashtag WKYTRulesWinter.
And as we get ready for that snow, don't forget to get your pets ready, too. A local rescue group says winter is a crucial time for animals.
Yeah, they say a lot of owners actually give up their pets because they don't have a place inside to keep them during this cold weather. WKYT's Garrett Weimer continues our First Alert Weather team coverage.
They have a lot of visitors.
I saw a couple of cute dogs I want.
As these dogs and people alike look for their new friends.
We're looking at a pit bull since we have one at home and we really like them, so.
With winter weather already on the way, the Woodstock Animal Foundation hopes to clear these cages so they'll be ready to help others in this busy season.
Once the weather turns cold, that's when the dogs really start coming into the shelters, because there's a lot of people out there that want to do right by them. But the thing is, when the weather starts changing as cold as it is, they can't keep them outside. So the alternative is to get them into a rescue or to get them into a shelter.
When it comes to taking care of your pets in this winter weather, Spreitzer says the rule of thumb should be if it's cold out here for you, then it's cold out here for them.
They get frostbite just like we do, on the bottom of their paws, on their face, on the tips of their ears. So it's basically the same way we would.
Spreitzer says let them inside at night if possible so they can stay warm. And at the very least, make sure they have some kind of covered shelter outside to keep their tails wagging even after the snow starts falling. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
If you're looking for another pet to keep warm this winter, the Woodstock Animal Foundation will be back out at the PetSmart in Hamburg today from 11 to 6. And now is also the time to make sure your car is ready for all of this snow. Experts say this time of year is the best time to get your car checked. There are several things that you'll want a mechanic to take a close look at. Some you may not have even thought about getting checked.
And you can track severe weather when you're away from your TV on WKYT.com. There you can take control of an interactive First Alert Defender and zoom into your neighborhood. You can also download the WKYT First Alert Defender radar app for your iPad, tablet, or smartphone. Just search for WKYT in your app store. Well, coming up, winter weather may mean longer lines at grocery stores and hardware stores. Residents are stocking up on the supplies they're going to need to beat the cold this winter. We'll tell you about that straight ahead.
And tracking right now, some activity moving up from the south. It's all the start of that active winter weather we expect to see overnight and into Monday. I'll show you that storm I'm tracking coming up.